You're listening to the Truckstop Podcast, the official radio show for www.negromanosphere.com, the #1 lifestyle website for Black men in the world. Are you ready to be entertained? Oh, shape, baby. Let's get this party started.
Welcome back, you guys, to yet another episode here on the Truck Stop Podcast. I am your host, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and tonight we have a very, very, very special guest. My boy here, Open Mind, out of the Detroit area. A long-time buddy of mine, man. Great hip-hop artist and producer. We're just glad to have him on the show. What's going on, Open Mind?
Chilling, man. Maintaining and hanging in there.
All right, bro. It's been a long time, man. We've been supposed to do this show, but you already know. You know how niggas be, man. Be on that bullshit sometime. But, just glad that you have you back here on the show. I played, when I had my first magazine, Planet O'Shea magazine, you were the first artist that I interviewed, and I played some of your music on some of my vlogs here. So, you're a very talented individual. Let me just ask you, man, like, before we get into the rap music, man, let's just kind of talk about you as a person. Where did you grow up, man? How did you grow up? Kind of let everybody know, man, what's going on with you.
Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Raised by a single father. My dad, pretty much, once he got custody of me from my mom's, he just took over and turned me into the man I am today. And I don't know, it's humble beginning because I saw a lot of drugs and shit going on. My mom was heavy in that dope game. My dad was kind of, but mostly just a square. He tried to keep me out of trouble and did a good job of it. I ain't never been in no trouble, nothing. But just Detroit, Michigan is my home. I'm in Houston right now. I'm living in Texas. That's just where I'm at. Working in the oil field offshore. A father, single father too. I ain't single no more. I'm in a committed relationship now, but before I met my woman, just a single father, man, just paying my little child support and hanging in there, trying to be the best father I could be.
Okay, let me kind of ask you this, man. I mean, like, I know that basically you were trying to get, basically you're coming out of, to Detroit, to Houston, and all of that. But what made you want to get into the rap industry, recording music, all of this stuff?
Well, to be honest, man, it was a talent that I kind of stumbled upon, to be honest, because my real dream or childhood dream was to be an actor. Movies, sitcoms, TV shows, whatever the camera called for me. But I guess I started in the music lab. I guess it was age 22, 23, playing with the beats, and it was around the death of my sister, who passed away in 2008, that kind of really opened up the creativity, because she died tragically. And I guess her passing, before she passed, she was listening to some of my music and was kind of encouraging me, but I didn't take it serious. And it's after she passed away, and I looked over her in that casket, I was just like, you know what, Reese, that's her name, Reese. And I'm gonna go ahead and give this shit a shot and see what I could do. So I just started making beats and getting better and better at it. The lyrical side, well, I've always done monologues on stage in high school with in the drama club and different plays at the college that was right up the street from my high school. And just being in front of people on stage doing the monologue, and I got the whole crowd to myself. I'm alone on stage, and when I get that standing ovation, I kind of got addicted to it. And writing, something I always did, because I had a troubled childhood growing up. My mom and dad arguing and not getting along with each other. That kind of put me in my little reclusive bubble where I would just write down everything I'm feeling, whether it be poetry or just a monologue. Mm-hmm. So I combined the lyrics with the beats, and shit, the rest is history, man. And like I said, it's a talent I stumbled upon. I didn't even know I had it. But I started doing some research on my family, and I found out that my grandfather, my dad's father, was a musician. And his mom could sing, and I have a lot of talent in my family. So I started digging, I figured it out.
Let me ask you this: like, when was the first? Okay, around what first age that you can remember? Is like when you first recorded a song or produced a song. Do you remember how old you were?
I was, let me see, I recorded my first track. That shit whack as fuck right now. Listen to it. I recorded my first track at 22. I bought my little microphone, my little equipment and shit, and I recorded it just to see what I sound like. And I was about 22, but I ain't put it out nowhere. It's just in my hard drive still.
Okay. What was that song called?
I believe it was called, I can't even give you the title. I can't remember. But it was so corny because I was professing my love to this chick.
Okay.
And I never let her hear the motherfucker. So it was a love song. I was simping out like a motherfucker, simping for some chick.
Okay, now let me ask you, as far as, recording a song, was it like in a studio? Any of that stuff?
Nah, I've always had my own place, so I just turned my whole crib into the studio. When I bought my equipment, I pieced it together, and I just did it at the crib.
Okay, so you just did it together. Okay, so let me ask you this. So if you did your first song and you didn't want to put it out, let's talk about the first time you did a song and it was like, all right, this is the one that I'm going to release. And if you can remember, how old you were and what was the name of the song?
I can tell you, it's off my first album, which is surprisingly still on iTunes now. So it's called Welcome to Blue Nation. The first song I put out was called No Hope. Yeah, I shot a music video. It's still a low-budget music video, but the song was called No Hope, and I was just rapping about the time. It was 2013, that year 2013. I can't remember how old I was. I want to say I was like 26, maybe 25, 26, and I put that on iTunes, and then that's the rest is history. Real proud of that song anyway.
Okay. What made you so proud about that song?
Well, because before I shot the music video, I was listening to the sound quality. I don't like the sound quality of it right now because the guy that engineered it for me kind of rushed it. But I think my version was better than his version. But I was proud because of the way I delivered the hook, the lyrics, the beat. I was really proud of myself because of the message in the song. The message is, we in a black community, it feels like there's no hope, but the parentheses is keep going. No hope, keep going. Even though we black men, we have a struggle that's over our head, don't let that be the excuse. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. When did you kind of start to realize, because I know some people make music with no actual message. This song actually has a positive message behind it.
Yeah.
When did you start to notice that, hey, man, with this song, I do know that black men have a struggle. When did you first start to understand the struggle that, a lot of black men have to go through?
My dad, bro. Shit, my father, man. Just watching him, he always had two jobs. He was just a workaholic, which now I'm a workaholic, but I watched my daddy struggle. He would go home, he would come home bitching about, white men, tired of looking at these white motherfuckers. My dad's one of them militant people, real militant, still to this day. Real militant black man, read a lot of books. He's a Mason right now, 33rd degree. I'm not one, but he is. Mm-hmm. And just watching him, I had a good example of what the struggle of a black man is, just watching my dad. Just me and him in the house. Okay. And it kind of stemmed from there, and it just carried over into my life, and I started to actually see that struggle, because being out there in the oil field, in the water, ain't nothing but racism out there. I got it firsthand. I got a firsthand experience of racism, especially being in the South.
Let's talk about that real quick, because I know that, a lot of times your experiences shape the music. That's a lot of the best artists, they get people, it's genuine because of their experiences. Let's talk about some of the experiences that you had as far as, with racism on the water, as you say.
Well, I can tell you this, brother. Being on this ship, because I work for a different company now, not the same one. When I work for now, it's a little more laid back. White people ain't so racist, but they do not like to see a black man do the things that they can do and do it better. And they call me nigger to my face. And when you on the water, ain't no cameras, ain't no proof. It's just you the crew and the captain. There were about 5 or 6 of us on that boat. So they say all type of crazy shit and dare you to do something. You know, I've gotten into a lot of arguments with those guys because my mouth is what it is, man. The shit that you see me saying on Facebook back in the day, I voiced that shit to people's face. Like, I'm a person that I bring the same energy I bring on social media in person. If we in that subject and we having a conversation, I'm not a person to bite my tongue just because white people in the room, you know. And that could be, maybe that could have been my downfall from jumping from different company to company, but I don't care, man. I'm not finna. My dad always told me, even growing up, you know, you always stand up for what you believe in and don't be afraid to speak your mind. That's him. That's him pushing that into me. So the racism opened my eyes, because it's one thing to hear somebody talk about it and complain about it, but when you see it with your eyes and your atmosphere, and you feel that energy, you know, it's a whole different thing. I got my own story to tell. I can teach my own sons now.
Let me ask you also this. Now, after this particular song, now I know for artists, you know, I had a hip hop magazine, and I'm thinking about bringing it back at some point. So it may come back in some form or another. But this is what I also want to know. When it comes to, you know, dealing in particulars with respects to getting your distribution out, your music out, collaborating with other artists, getting concerts and getting shows. I know firsthand that this could be very difficult for independent artists to do, especially if you're the only person doing the work. So what are some of the challenges that you saw with this?
The major challenges, with any artist, whether they're independent or they with a label, is getting people to give a fuck about what you're talking about. That's the biggest mountain for anybody to climb, whether they're a rapper, singer, actress. If you're an entertainer, comedian, you got to get people to give a fuck about what you're talking about. And it's like, I'm my biggest hater. So when I make a song, I listen to it over and over and over again, and I put myself in the shoes of a hater and say, why should we care about this track you make? And if it's a rhetorical question, but that pushes me to continue to do it and get better and make people care. So the biggest hump for any artist is to make people give a damn about what the fuck you talking about. Even if you dope, doesn't matter. You could be dope as hell, but nobody cares. It's so, aside from the distribution and the mixing and mastering, all of the business side of it, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck is the big rhetorical question that every artist got to answer themselves. And if they can come up with an answer, even if it's not verbal, then keep going. Just like my song, keep going.
So let me ask you this, because with the market so saturated, right, with so many different artists, so many different people, man, that have talent. How hard is it to get on, man? Because there's so many people that do have talent. What do you mean? Do you think the market is too oversaturated?
No, because if you say the market is oversaturated, then that could apply to cornfields, farmers, anybody that's trying to own a business. I would say this, because I'm a person that doesn't like to make excuses. Yes, it's hard, but it's hard to go to the job you work at, wherever job you work at, dealing with them motherfuckers every day for 8 hours. It's only as hard as you make it. I'm in a comfortable space where I don't even care if I'm rich or not, because I'm not doing it for the money. I have a hustle, which is my job, that's going to pay my bills. That's going to take care of my family and anything I need immediately. As far as the music, if you're doing it for the money, it's gonna be damn near impossible, because who even buys music nowadays? Everybody's streaming, people stealing bootleg and shit. So, it's only as hard as you make it. I would always challenge the person and say, man, it's hard to make it. It's only as hard as you make it. Mm-hmm. So where are you at? Are you putting yourself in that space where people see you? Are you diligent? How much are you practicing your craft? And as with anything, your talent gonna speak for itself. And of course, you need a support system.
Yeah. Let's talk about that because this is very, 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 very important because we do know that there are so many different people who are out there, and you made a good point. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the fame. Okay, well then why do you do what you do?
Because I know that no matter, there's somebody always listening. Because you never know who's listening to you. And I get a lot of emails, believe it or not. I get emails from fans, different sites that I put my music on, and they give me feedback. The feedback from people who discover me or chance to come across my song off iTunes or the Django Radio or these little music sites that you can put your music on. Mm-hmm. When they give me the feedback and let me know, hey, this track was dope, that track was dope, man, I don't know, you never heard of you, but you dope, I want to hear more of you. That is what fuels me. That lets me know, okay, I'm talking, I'm getting this little message out, and people do hear me. So if I ain't got but 1,000 fans, to me that's 1,000 people that fuck with me. And right. I'm going to keep making music for them 1,000 people.
Let me also ask you this, because I know that it's hard, let's say, to do, maybe collaborate with other artists. Some people trying to overcharge for, sessions, fake-ass managers in the industry, stuff like that. Yeah. Let's talk about your experiences with, with collaborations, getting shows, managers, people trying to beat you out of money. If we could address those things, because I think many people don't understand how hard you have to work in this particular industry, in this business.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the just the collaboration part. When I was first starting out, there's some things I just didn't know how to do. I wasn't very good at making beats, and so you have to buy beats. And me being a self-sufficient person, I try to learn. I teach myself how to do a lot of things, especially when it comes to working on my car, working around the house, kind of like Mr. Fix-It, so to speak. I'm a person that if I can't afford to pay somebody to do something, then I'm gonna go crack out the hammer and the wrench and the screwdriver and do it my damn self. So same thing when it comes to music. As I got fucked out of money or my time wasted or people lying to me to push me back, I started teaching myself how to do a lot of shit. I taught myself how to make beats. I taught myself how to record. I taught myself how to engineer. I taught myself how to arrange the song, the clicking and the dragging and the pasting and the timing and all of that stuff. I taught myself everything. So I kind of eliminated everybody that could fuck me out of money. Because I make my own beats. I record my own music. I lay the track. I edit the track. I do it all. I'm a one-man show. So nobody can fuck me out of the money anymore because now I don't need you motherfuckers no more. I'm doing it myself.
Okay, let me ask you also, because, you are a one-man show. Do you feel that because you do a lot of the work yourself, that it can stop your progress because you don't have a team, you don't have a lot of help?
Oh, most definitely. And a lot of things get put on the back burner because the music I'm going to say the music, the entertainment side of me requires me to put 100% in. And, of course, if I had a team, I would love a team. That way they could do marketing for me. And I'm at work and I can't fuck with this shit. I got to focus on work. With me, as long as I'm satisfied and I'm content, then a lot of things won't bother me. But it's all about how you feel. Are you content? Are you happy with yourself? And if you're not, you're going to always look to other people to make you happy.
Okay.
And it would be, I would love a team, but you got to trust people too, and y'all got to be on the same page.
Let's talk about that, right? Because the team aspect, because I know certain people have a team in with regards to this. have you ever had a team, or you ever had people that you trusted to do certain things and the relationship went south?
Oh, most definitely, especially with the music. A lot of the collaborations, these guys who get on who have gotten on some of my songs and rap, first thing like, so I want to get paid and blah blah, and that's why I have to explain to these dudes. Like, I'm not let you come over to the crib. I put the mic in your face and you spit some bars, but when you leave here, I'm editing all this shit. I'm paying the distribution deal, to the little fees to get my shit marketed, advertising. I'm coming out of pocket for all of these things. All you did was spit some bars. So the same page aspect is the people you collaborating with, they have to understand 100% the whole spectrum of what y'all doing. And I ain't gonna say I fell out with them, because there's no hate, no beef. It's just when you realize somebody ain't as serious as you is, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it pushing, because your dream is your dream. Your dream ain't everybody else's dream.
No, I definitely agree. Let me ask you this, because I know you produce also beats. What about because being the rapper and being the producer, typically I know like most people like Dr. Dre. I mean, he may rap a little bit, but we most know him as a producer. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like let's say Timberland, somebody like that. Now, when you're the producer, and there's so many guys that like you can go to SoundClick, other sites, and buy beats and stuff like that. How do you then go from like the artist to selling to potential customers or other artists? I mean, do they try to get beats for free? Like, how hard is that business also?
All day long. People want everything. Everybody wants something free. And it's just and as you if you're a producer, if you're making beats, you set your price and you ask yourself what your worth is. And if you feel like this particular beat or that particular beat is worth this much, then put the price on it and don't compromise. Okay. If somebody can't afford it, they can't afford it. Sell it to somebody who can.
So let me ask you this, if you don't mind me asking, like, how much do you charge? Typically, if I want, you produce a beat for me, what am I looking to? What would I be looking to buy a beat from? Like, what would you charge?
I'm glad you asked that, because that's a question that it's a method that people do differently. I've sat back and observed the people around me who were better than me at the time when it comes to making beats. I watch how they do business and how the business of music works. So I came up with my own business model. I'm not selling beats. I'm doing collaborations, even if I'm not spitting bars on the track. So any song I do with somebody, it's not a mixtape. It's not put it on your SoundCloud for people to click on. It's going straight to iTunes, Google Play, and all of the sites to buy for the 99 cents. I want 50%, and you get 50%. Since I didn't sell you the beat, you put your song on and you do your vocals, whatever you're going to do. Once we put the song out, you'll be the artist getting your fans, but I'm getting on the back end my 50% of your sales. And it's a lifetime collaboration with me.
Okay. So that's how you do it now. You don't do it for buy it and you own it. You look at the potential of what it could be.
No, because I want people to know that I was part of that song, especially if it blows up. I'm very passionate about my art. My beat ain't it's not for fun for me. When I make a beat, I'm trying to make a song. And whether somebody's singing on it or rapping on it or both, even if my voice is not on that song, I probably produced the damn song. So I want some compensation for it. And I know people don't have money up front. So I'm reasonable with that. You ain't gave me shit. But when we finish this song, we're gonna put it out for people to buy, and I want half of it.
Well, let me ask you this. So after you did this first song, kind of going backwards. What was the next song? Like, what was your biggest commercial break album that you had?
I would say the one that I just put out, Epitome. Still ain't make a whole lot of money, but it got a lot of attention because of the message and the subject. The most recent album is called Epitome, which is on iTunes now, Google Play, and all of them. Self-produced. I put it out from the first track to the last track. And the reason I say it's because I'm more mature. I'm a little, I'm more seasoned, more well-traveled. And I believe my lyrics are more grown man lyrics, if that makes sense. I'm trying to speak to the person who's listening, that I'm even if the story doesn't apply directly to me, it's a story that somebody can relate to. And I try to make music that everybody can relate to. So I'm proud of this one. I wouldn't say commercially successful, but it's just the album that I would say garnered me the most attention online, which is Epitome.
So let me talk about the Epitome, and let's contrast it to the album that was before that. What was the album before Epitome?
The album before Epitome was called Audacity, which for some reason iTunes took it down. It's not up no more. I still got the album in rough form. I guess I got to re-release it, but that was my second album, and that was just me. I would say that's my more lyrical album because I was kind of feeling myself, you know what I'm saying, and thinking, okay, I'm good at this. I can really do this. So I put it. Audacity is just me having the audacity to do it and not give a fuck what nobody thinks.
Okay. So let me ask you this. As far as, Audacity is concerned, did you get, as far as sales, did you get a lot of sales on it or certain things like that, or?
Not a lot of sales, but a whole lot of attention. Because, like I said, people don't buy music no more.
Okay. So, since people don't buy music anymore, let me ask you this, right? I know, and I want your opinion on this. I know a lot of people who do the mixtape thing. Like, it's even for me, right? I know a lot of people don't read as much as they should, let's say, especially in the black community. So I have, like, free ebooks, trying to get people to join my site or read on my site and stuff like that. In the case of you, let's say, a lot of people, if you look at Dat Piff, there are a lot of people that are doing the mixtape thing, dropping the mixtape, trying to get the free downloads, trying to get more people to know about their music. What do you think about those people who do the free mixtapes and say, well, if I charge for the song and people don't know me, then it might not be a good look, versus if I give it for free and they listen to it and they download it, I can, get people to try me out and hear about my product. What do you think about that?
I think it's a good idea, but I think a lot of them are going about it the wrong way. Like, it's okay to give away something free. That's how, you can go to any Sam's Club or something and get some free samples, or any Chinese restaurant, they give you a free piece of chicken because they want you to buy something. But what people don't understand, a lot of these guys don't understand about music and ownership and masters and all these terms that I don't even think they know about, is when you take a beat that's already out, a song that's hot, like take a Drake song, right? They'll take Drake's instrumental and put their lyrics on it. You can't sell it. So if they're saying, I'm giving you something free, check me out, they don't have a choice but to give it to you free because they don't own that beat. And the reason I make my own beats is because I own the masters. My beats got my social security number attached to it through BMI and ASCAP. Well, not ASCAP, but BMI, because you can only have one. And good idea, but you should still make your own beats or buy your beats and own the beat. That way you can sell it. Okay. Because they're saying to the customer, I'm giving you this free track, check me out. And it looks good and it sounds like you're a great businessman, but what a lot of people don't get is they don't have a choice because that's not their beat. You can't sell something that you didn't originate or you don't have ownership of in the music industry, and it's that serious. People can sue you. So they have to give away the shit free. They don't have a choice. Me, every beat I'm spitting on, unless I'm collaborating with somebody else, is mine. And I can put a 99-cent price tag on it. Whether people buy it or not, I can sell it without going to court. And that's the trick. That's that small little piece of information that I think people overlook, especially in who's on the side of being, spitters and whatever they want to call themselves. Until you own yourself, it's because you believe a lot of people don't even own their name. The name Open Mind, spelled with a Y, I own that.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no just. It's not just a screen name on social media. It's my artist name that I own next to my government name, next to my social security number. And it's very simple to do. And people don't do it because they either don't know how to do it or they don't think it's that serious. They don't think that nobody else is using that same name. And you find out somebody else using your name and they got to the paperwork first, and now you got a battle. Now you got to change your name and shit. I don't have to do all that. There's no open mind but me.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no,
but this is information that's out there, and of course it's not just broadcast like talked about, but it's there, and a lot of artists, I want them to actually start taking it seriously. I'm not saying that these guys and girls are whack when I go to their SoundCloud. A lot of these guys got talent. I went to somebody's SoundCloud the other day because they saw me on Thought Crimes and was like, yeah, Open Mind, check me out. What you think? Because they value my opinion, and that's an honor too that people value my opinion about their music. Great lyrics, you spitting bars, but you can't sell that. So I feel like you just wasted your bars on that track. Well, you could have put them same bars on the beat that you own, and you can keep playing that shit over and over again and put, if you don't sell but 50 copies, that's $50. Still just as dope as it was if you put your shit on a mixtape beat. So I think a lot of guys and girls need to take into consideration the ownership factor of music. Because if not, you're going to stay broke.
Right.
You're going to stay giving away free shit.
Well, no, that's important. Let me kind of do this real quick and talk about, as far as, the internet and, how that's playing a role into music, how, things are changing from the CD or it has changed to digital. How has that affected your music? And let's talk about, the mics, with Facebook and trying to get yourself out there on Instagram and stuff like that. How much of a hassle is that with everything else you're doing?
It's not really a hassle. I think the digital portion of music, since we've graduated from tapes and CDs, the digital side actually saves artists and labels a lot of money because it costs money to print up CDs. It costs money to dub tapes. The digital portion is you make your song and you upload it to whatever site that you're going to sell it on, and that's it. You don't have to pay for distribution of each individual copy of your song, and you trying to overcharge people to make that money back. Just upload your shit to somebody's site, and they download it, and you get your 99 cents. So the digital aspect is the greatest thing that could happen to a lot of artists if they use the machine right.
Let's talk about using it right. What's the right way? I mean, school me here on the game, player. What's the right way? No, seriously. What's the right way, and what is the wrong way? Of using, this particular thing in the right way, if you don't mind.
The wrong way, I feel, is like I said earlier, is the mixtape side of the game. Mixtaping is great to showcase your skills, whether you're singing or rapping, but you're going to stay stagnant and you're going to stay a SoundCloud person or whatever site they doing now, because all I know is SoundCloud. You're just going to stay within that little bubble. The right way to do it is you're going to have to spend some money now. You got to come out of pocket and pay some of these distribution companies, advertising companies to get your face and name out there. And most importantly, get on stage. Because this is what a lot of artists don't get. I've done shows. I ain't done none recently because I've been working so much. But every time I go to a club or open mic joint and I'm hitting that stage, I see a lot of these artists. I can tell by the way they perform that they just studio artists. They run out of breath. They don't know how to time their words right. They just be writing lyrics. You got it. When you writing your song, you have to write your words and your metaphors in between breaths. You got to know how much you can say before you lose your breath, and you can transition to the next word, syllable, or phrase on stage. And if you don't have that in mind when you writing and you get on stage, it's going to show that you ain't prepared. Being on stage is the greatest test for any artist, singer or rapper or comedian, because It's cool to make everybody laugh as a comedian, or it's cool to get on, to stand in the room and go back and forth freestyling. But when you in front of a crowd of people that's expecting you and paid to come see you, and you fuck up on that stage, you can't go back and edit it out. You see what I'm saying? Being on stage is probably the ultimate test of anybody to see what they made of. I'm comfortable on stage, but I see a lot of people are not comfortable on stage. They don't make eye contact with the crowd. They don't move. They just stand there standing still like a deer in the headlights with the mic in their face. There's just no energy at all. I'm energetic on the stage. I'm jumping. I'm hype. My dreads waving. I got the crowd moving, and that's at least what I'm trying to do. And once you master that aspect of it, you can really be a great artist, even if you don't make the $5,000 every album. You can be. Success is measured off of whether you feel like you did what you were supposed to do, not what everybody else say you were supposed to do.
Okay. So, let me, kind of ask you this, right? Because Facebook and, Instagram, I see a lot of artists, and this is a pet peeve of mine. I hate this shit. Like, every post, download my album. Twitter, download my album.
I hate that shit.
How do you, because here's the thing, man. It's like, I understand that it's hard to get fans. It's hard for people to listen to your music. Like, especially music groups, you have like 1,000 niggas posting their music, 1,000 music posting their stuff. Like, okay, I get it. Everybody's trying to do that. But, man, how do you get people to like your music without having to, like, basically harass them?
You gotta. Here's my advice to people, and it's just my advice, my opinion. I won't say that this is, absolute. What I'm about to say. It goes back to when I said originally about, if you're gonna put your music out and you want people to like you, when I said why should we give a fuck, the why should we give a fuck aspect is who are you. What is it about you that makes me want to listen? Like, my strategy was, of course, as you can see, here we are doing our interview. I was in the group roasting, talking shit, getting everybody going. Even to this day, if you remember, I never posted my music in the group. I always made status messages. And even though you told me I could, you never told me I couldn't. I didn't do it because I didn't want to use you. I'm not a user. I'm not a person that just use other people. I'm a person that I'm going to get it how I live because I'm a hustler to the point where I watched my daddy get it on his own. He never used people or took advantage of people. I'm not going to do that. Why should people listen to me? Because I'm funny. I got something to say. I can mix with the intellectuals. We can talk about politics, religion, history. I read a lot. I'm very knowledgeable about a lot of things. I have something to say that is worth listening to outside the music. So showing people that part of my personality makes them interested in what else I might be doing. Oh, by the way, check out my song. And that's why I got you. I already got you. I got you with my personality. And a lot of people don't have no personality. They just got bars. You got to have everything. Because, fans
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let me ask you this. Let me get back to this real quick, right? Because as far as, you mentioned, there's some guys who are, excellent freestylers. And, I know they used to have, the freestyle battles and shit. Like, the guys who were really good at freestyle, they could produce a good album. And the guys that can produce a good album can't perform. Who's a good person that's, a rapper that's an excellent performer that you know or know of that has really good lyrics and in concert, he's the shit?
Believe it or not, I'm going to say a lot of old school cats. Let's see, Mystical, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is my favorite artist of all time, my favorite rapper of all time. I've been to concerts, and I would say, let's see, like I said, Busta, Mystical, Talib Kweli, Common, with the whole package thing. But they also have good personalities. These people have a personality about themselves that's nothing to do with music. If I respect you and respect what you got to say, your vision, whatever you're doing outside of music, if you help the community, if you making your voice heard in the political realm, when you're trying to get some laws changed, wherever it is, that'll make me really want to listen to your music, because when I go listen to your music, I'll hear those nuances about what you're preaching about, what you're rallying about, protesting about, whatever your movements are. If I see you doing something positive for the community, or you just a positive motivational speaker type of person, that will grab me. That'll make me, if I respect you as a person, I'm going to go ahead and buy your music.
Okay, let me also ask you this. What's your thoughts of, like, you know, the kind of the mumble rap thing, the trap music thing? You know, what's your thoughts about, you know, the way the music is going now with, I think his name was Tekashi, those kind of guys, man. Where's hip hop going now?
Let me be fair when I say this, because I think the audience is uneducated about a lot of things. So I want to educate people on these mumble rappers and these corny people that we don't like. There's a machine that's pushing these people. That machine is those who own the industry. And we know who those are. I don't want to speak their names because I don't want to have your channel all crazy. But there's a group of power people, you know, with their shirts and ties, and they don't look like me and you.
Okay.
They control the narrative, and they control the images that we see on TV, that we see on commercials, the music videos, and whoever they want to push on our youth is who they're gonna push.
Right.
I think Ninth Wonder posted on his Twitter, because I follow him on Twitter. He had a tweet that was so real to me. And he said, all artists who making music, make the music you want to make, and don't worry about who likes you or not, and don't worry about these mumbo jumbos and all these other people, because people like the music they're told to like. The audience is going to follow their television.
Say that again.
People like the music that they're told to like by that television, that tell lies to your vision. And who controls the television? You know what I'm saying? Who controls the television? And don't no black folks control the television. So I'm not going to go on full-on hate on the mumble rappers and the corny rappers, because mumble is something new. We had our corny rappers in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Is who they're pushing on us. And you, the consumer, you spending your dollars. How you protest is you don't buy the shit. You don't click on the video interview or the music video. You don't give them the views. Don't give them the clicks or the mentions on your social media. You, the consumer, just like you on that internet clicking on shit, you can go on that internet and search for underground artists who's not so pushed by the machine. And another reason why I like independence, even though it's not a lot of money in it, is I'm free to say whatever the fuck I want to say, and I don't have to worry about whoever's sponsoring me to back out. I ain't got to please nobody and kiss up to people, because I own me. I am my own business. And all of my documents, as far as my music and my name is concerned, that paperwork been filled out 8-9 years ago. So I can say what I want to say, and as the conscience of the consumer grows, as time goes by, my music will eventually reach those people who tired of this bullshit that they see, and they'll find an artist like me, or artists like Rue God, or artists like what's his name? I just discovered this guy's name is Logic, Lahgic. Y'all check him out. His name is Logic. Artists like him who say what they want to say, even though it ain't too controversial, it's conscious, it's educational, it's some history in it, it's a lesson, because our public school system raised us. We don't know shit. They taught us the bullshit. It's a lot of history and lessons in music, the underground music, not the mainstream, that what you didn't learn in school, you can learn by listening to a song. You know what I'm saying? And the machine is pushing these guys, these corny people that we say is corny. So when you understand that whoever new face you see that just don't look like you that's in the hip-hop world, understand, don't beat them up too much, because like anybody else, O'Shea, if somebody offer you a job and they offer you the right amount of money, you're going to get that job. You see what I'm saying? All these artists they got a job like anybody else. You go to work, you put your time in, you go home, you get your paycheck. It's that simple. And everybody got a price. Shit, even I got a fucking price. But if you gonna make me compromise my motherfucking dignity and manhood, you know what I'm saying, outside of some gay shit, you gonna give me some fucking money because I already don't want to go do that anyway. Any job I work for, it's just certain shit I'm not gonna take from my boss. I don't give a fuck if he is my boss. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna treat me like this. You know what I'm saying? And understand that the mumble rappers are being pushed by a machine. That machine is racist. That machine wants to keep our black asses stupid. So, and if we keep buying into it, we're gonna keep feeding that beast. So it's not the mumble rapper's fault. It's the fans' fault.
Okay. Let me ask you this, man. You know, with rap going where it's at, and you know, music is changing. You know, is your style of, you know, production as the style of beats are changing and stuff like that? Do you have to move your stuff to what is now trendy to stay competitive, or?
I don't think I do because of the person that I am. I'm a man who stands on his own square. I'll take my L's. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong and all those things. But I've never been a person to try to copy off of people. I'm an original creative person. I will come up with a new sound. I've always been that kid in school that everybody wearing Jordans, I'm coming to school with some Pumas on. And everybody wearing Pumas, I'm coming to school with Jordans on. Because I'm a standout individual. I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to be like me.
Okay.
You know, the authenticity of being yourself instead of just being a cookie cutter, you know what I'm saying, individual. First of all, you'll be more content with yourself. You'll be able to sleep at night, and nobody can come tell you sound like such and such.
Right.
So I don't feel like I have to keep up with the beats because I'm a person who can create a sound that nobody's heard before. And lack of creativity is why people just copy off and mimic everybody else, because you see the mumble rappers on TV, and every nigga who send me a link sound like mumble rappers. Like, okay, where your other track at? Right. That's what I be wanting to say, but I don't say nothing. I just listen, give them some, you know, give them some good pointers and some positive energy because I'm not a hater. I'm a person who I can critique something and still encourage you and positive. But I've never been a guy to try to make my shit sound like everybody else. If my shit sounds different, you're going to be like, damn, I ain't never heard that before. I like that reaction out of people. I ain't never heard that before. It's the greatest. That's my favorite reaction because that means I'm doing something right.
No, I mean, it's definitely the best to be, you know, even on YouTube, and you know, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's always the best thing to be different, you know, not to be trendy. I guess I want to know this. I mean, because now, I mean, you have like, you know, you've been on the Thought Crimes podcast, which is, you know, a pretty large YouTube channel. You know, you've been on this show, and I have like 48,000 subscribers. So let's talk about the networking, man, that you've been actually doing with YouTubers now to kind of get your message out and bring more notoriety to yourself. You know, how were you able to get on? I mean, Thought Crimes is, you know, a really good podcast. It's, you know, Black YouTube. A lot of people love it. Shout outs to them. How were you able to even get into contact with Thought Crimes?
Man, look, let me tell you what happened. I think I want to say this was around the time they took my Facebook page and ran me off Facebook. So that's what happened. That's why I'm not on Facebook no more. I was in there roasting, somebody reported me. I just didn't want to make another page. I just said, fuck it. Fuck Facebook. I was just on YouTube doing something else with my time. And I just came across their page because, you know, YouTube is an algorithm thing. You know, you click on one video and they give you 5 other suggestions, you know what I'm saying? So I clicked on Thought Crimes, and the name Thought Crimes and my name Open Mind, that shit just meshed well with me, you know what I'm saying? So I start watching their videos, and I would comment under the video, just like I did in your group, just say some crazy shit. And I posted one of my songs, which is called Third Eye Open. It's on the Epitome album. And I don't know if it was Prince or Sincere which one of them listened to that song and said, hey, hit me up, send me your music. And I sent them the music. They listened to the whole album, and he called me immediately. Was like, hey, man, you dope. I don't know who you are, where you came from, but you dope as hell. I want to do an interview. And the rest is history. They did my interview with them. It's on their page. It's called Open Mind Opens Up, about life in hip-hop. That's the title. And I guess the things I was saying, they just never heard nobody talk like me.
Okay.
And he, you know, called me on the phone. We talked offline. And he was like, what you think about No Simp Zone? Just a title that he came up with about just a bunch of guys on the panel talking about the mistakes we young men make when it comes to dealing with women, how we go about it the wrong or the right way. And he just liked my input and shit. The rest is history, man. And everybody on Thought Crimes, I would call it TC family. Like, they just, when I ain't working, I try to hit them up and be a part of the show. And that's where it come from. And he just kind of just saw me in his chat. He saw me in his comment box. And that's where we're from there, man.
So let me. I guess what I want to know about this, man, is now. I mean, that you've been on Facebook and you've been on YouTube. Which one do you think, for a person like yourself, is more powerful, as far as social media is concerned, for an artist, for a creator? What's more powerful, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram? If you had to pick out one of the Twitter, which one is the most powerful engine for a content creator?
I would say YouTube, because YouTube you can be more creative. It's more than just a status message. You know what I'm saying? You can actually make your videos. And before YouTube start messing with y'all with the monetization, because I know you was going through that shit too, you have more creative control over yourself on YouTube than you do on just a Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, because all of those other sites is just a quick status message. You get some likes, you get some comments. Whereas YouTube, you get the same likes and comments, but you actually you have a video that you done edited and put some graphics on, put some good transitions on, whether it be funny or something serious. And it's going to reach more people, because even though everybody got a Facebook, everybody got a Twitter, people have cut their cable off and just watch shit on YouTube now.
Yeah.
So if your channel is bumping, you know what I'm saying? People going to watch your channel like they watch TV.
Yeah, that's true, man. And you know what? I wish I could have been on YouTube a long time ago. Facebook is still very powerful, man. But like I said, it's YouTube is where it's at, bro. Like, you are not lying about that. YouTube is a very powerful engine.
Well, I'll say this. When you announced that you was going to do the YouTube thing, I think I see you put a stat up or something. I just didn't comment on it. Way before you even started, I was like, yeah, O'Shea's going to blow up. Because I knew what you was going to do. You're going to take the whole planet O'Shea and it was going to follow you over there. You already got 100,000 damn near people in this fucking group. Maybe, I don't know, you have more than 100,000. Can't remember, but I knew that it was going to work for you, because all you needed was a YouTube. Had you been on YouTube with Planet O'Shea, it would still probably be going up to this day. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I already knew. Where you at right now, I saw this shit, bro. I saw the vision, because I know how you get down. I know how you move. You know what I'm saying? And I already knew it was going to work.
Yeah, man. Thanks for that. YouTube is definitely. I think the thing with YouTube that's different than Facebook, YouTube is easier to build a community with other influential people. Like, on Facebook, it's very difficult to do that. But YouTube is the place, man. Like, if you want to hook up with other people that are like shout out to Doc Hicks TV. I don't know if you know who that is.
I heard
about
it. I might have called the channel a few times, because I be watching shit like that. It's all in suggestions for me.
Yeah, Blackie Speaks, which is a homeboy of mine, has a very successful hip hop channel. People like DJ Academics. It's easy if you are a creator, man. You can reach out and work with these people. Star in the Morning, shout out to Star. These are guys, man, like, they're just a hop, skip, and a jump, that you can work with. If they like you, man, and collabs are not really, I would say, like, very expensive or stuff like that, man. You can get in kind of easy, you know what I mean? Especially if you have, somewhat of a following already. And that's what, and you have more influence because if you get people, because YouTube, everybody has their own kind of like communities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so much easier to collab and create content where Facebook is not really set up like that, but Facebook is trying to get that way now. But definitely YouTube is the most powerful thing. It's the most powerful thing for, you know, to run a business, stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I don't know about, you know, basically YouTube is a great place, man. I love YouTube. I love being in the YouTube community. Let me ask you this, though. What can we expect to see from you, you know, for the rest of the year, 2018, 2019?
Well, I am definitely slowly working on another album. The album is titled Bars Over Everything. That's going to be the album. And I came up with that title because I've been listening to all this mumble shit and all this shit, you know what I'm saying, on hip-hop. And I'm frustrated with the state of hip-hop. And one thing I don't like to do is hate. So instead of hating, I'm just going to do better. And Bars Over Everything, and the first single is Hold It Down. That's the first single off the album. I'm going to get on this album, and I'm going to spit some bars. I've got some collabs. I just being with Thought Crimes, like you said, being on YouTube, and I'm meeting a lot of people. I'm meeting a lot of artists that's in the same mind frame as I am, and we all finna get on we finna spit straight bars. I'm talking about not just competitively to try to compete. It's not about competing. It's about showing people in 2018 how hip-hop is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
From the sound to the pretty people singing the hooks to the message in the song, the beat, everything. And if I can't afford to shoot no videos for the album, I'm still gonna put the album out. I can't give a definite date, but I'm taking my time with it because now that I'm more traveled with my skills, I can really take my time, and whether it be a slow jam or up tempo or a conscious jam, I really want to give people my all. I think I'm gonna put so much of my energy into this album, and I'm still doing it. I got beats that I still got to record on, and I'm taking my time. I got kids, I got a family, I got a woman. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of these responsibilities. But once I put that album out, I want people to see the real hip hop heads to see that we still out here. We still appreciate the music, and I'm not selling out for a buck. That ain't what I'm doing.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of people like you know, are saying that some of these other guys are in power too long. Jay-Z, E40, you know, a lot of these guys, Snoop, they're still very popular in their old age, and like these young guys can't knock them off. What would you have to say to those guys? I mean, is there a reason why Jay-Z is still what he is? You know, if Nas comes out with an album, he's still what he is. E40 comes out with an album, he's still what he is. You know, Tech Nine. Why are these guys still so popular?
Because they know the business, and they know how to work that machine. And one thing I want to say to people who, because I hear and read a lot, people like, you 50 years old, you still rapping. You 40 years old, you still rapping. That's lame. We don't say that Bruce Springsteen is too old to sing. We don't say that Aerosmith is too old to do rock and roll. We don't say before Prince died, rest his soul, that Prince was too old to be singing music. Hip-hop is a legitimate genre of music, just like pop, rock, country, so on and so forth. Why is it that the hip-hop artists have to stop at a certain age? If you got something to say it. And if you just so happen to sound better than somebody younger than you, why is all of the hatred? Don't hate. Do better. Just do better. You know what I'm saying? And I respect E40. I respect Jay-Z because why should they stop? They getting paid and it's working. And Beehive. Beyonce got the fucking Beehive. She gonna continue putting honey in that fucking beehive because they billionaires. Why stop? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they have just as much right to continue doing what they doing, Jay-Z and E40 and Tech Nine, as Bruce Springsteen and the Beatles and all these old rap singers and pop singers that's still doing it. They got just as much right to keep rapping as anybody else can keep singing. Or comedian. A comedian that's 50, 60 now, still on stage telling fucking jokes. If the shit funny, it's funny. Why we gonna tell them to stop?
Right. Let's talk about that because we do have the ability, like rap is a young niggas game. Like you're too old to be rapping. Like you were kind of old when you started, like at 22. That is, to some people would think like, man, that's kind of old to start. But now it seems like rappers are becoming sort of like rock stars now, where the older they get better. Like, do you think that's something that is transitioning? And after that, I want to talk about other emerging markets like the Nigerian scene and stuff like that.
It's like this, I disagree with the it's a young man's game concept, and here's why. As a young man, you don't know shit. You just don't know shit.
Say it again.
You know what somebody told you. You know what the trending topic is of the day. The new Jordans, the new whatever the fuck they showing you on TV to tell you to fucking do.
Right.
You don't really mature, I think, until you like 27, 28 years old. And, you got to get, as a young man, talking to the young men who listening, you can't graduate to manhood till a woman breaks your heart. Richard Pryor said that shit, but that's some real shit, though. You need to get your fucking feelings hurt. Somebody need to finesse you out some money, play you, cheat on you, whatever the fuck. Something needs to happen to you to devastate your ass, and that's going to determine whether you're going to be a grown-ass man, a fuck nigga, a bitch nigga, an angry nigga, whatever. That's gonna steer you to the next direction in your life. I don't think a rapper fully matures until they get older anyway. First of all, think about the English language. Mm-hmm. You got to read. If you're not a reader, if you don't read books, I ain't talking about status messages on Instagram or Facebook or social media, period. I'm talking about a book written by an author. I'll say it like you can't, you're not going to fully develop your lyrical skills and your verbal skills and your intricate words that you put together to say those encrypted messages and songs unless you live some life and read some books. Because when you read, that expands your vocabulary. And the brain is still developing even in your 20s. So to say that it's a young man's game, young men, even if they got good talent, get talent and they can freestyle and shit like that, they can still be better at 30 or 35 or even 40 because you done lived some life. You done had conversations. You done meet a lot of people. You done got played or people tried to play you and you called them. All these life experiences that you go through as a man from age 20 to 30 to 40, that enhances your lyrical ability.
That's absolutely true, especially when it comes to even comedy and stuff like that. Man, you can't. Most good comics, man, if you think about it, they're not young, right? They're always older because they have more experience. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. I guess what I want to know is also, man, I was just, recently in Uganda, and, I'm very big on this new emerging African market. Nigeria, when I was in Uganda, you would hear like a Davido, Olamide. A lot of these guys are making way more money than even American artists are. They're doing tours in Ghana. They're selling out in South Africa. They're selling out in Ivory Coast. I mean, guys in, the African hip-hop market, man, they're really the next big business in hip-hop with the Afro beats. It's just all over, man. Africa has 1 billion people. When you go to Uganda, man, you hear a lot of Afro beat stuff. You hear a lot of African music. It's fun. There's no fighting, no slang. I mean, no really, nobody getting shot, and the message not negative, and the women love it. How do you look at this, the new Nigerian hip hop market, which has a big, like, $10 billion hip hop industry or something like that? Or at least it's in the billions. What do you think about this new market that's kind of black owned and kind of, emerging?
I respect it, man, because that's our people showing us where this shit came from in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Not going to say hip hop, but just the sound of the beat, the drum. You know what I'm saying? That beat of that drum, shit, that's some African shit. That's in our souls, bro. Right. And I have to pay my respects to them. And I wish I could go over there and just meet some of these artists, not necessarily to collaborate with them, just to sit down and should kick it with them and chat with them, man, and see how they see life, because they growing up in Africa. Their experience is totally different. It's like Killmonger and T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? Killmonger had the American black experience, and T'Challa had the African black experience. But they still two black men who come from the same place. So they should both understand each other's struggle. Of course, the script was written the way it was scripted, and the movie is what it is. But the real life aspect of African black men versus the African American black man is, if we don't connect with our people, we're gonna stay having a jaded idea of them. We're gonna go by hearsay, the TV, and sometimes social media about what we think about the African man, and vice versa. The average African person who over there, not in, you know, a lot of people think African people live in huts and shit. No, they live in apartments and complexes and houses like we do. You know what I'm saying? They're not poor over there. You know, but they still have a story to tell, and their story is just as important as the nigga in the hood up the street where Pookie and Ray Ray got shot at. They dealing with the RUF, the diamond mines over there. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with probably worse oppression than we dealing with. So why not listen to what they have to say? You might learn something. You can integrate that into your music, especially if you go over there, because you done been over there. Can't nobody tell you shit about Africa hearsay. You done seen it with your eyes, and that's what a lot of us need to do if we can afford to do it. I'm surprised a lot of people I know, they didn't have their fucking passport. I got one, but a lot of people I call my homies, they don't even have a passport. They never left the country.
Right.
You know, that's sad, though. You know what I'm saying? You blow money on a lot of other shit. Blow money going to the motherland and learning. Talk to the people in the motherland. Don't necessarily read a book or Google it. Get your ass over there and have a conversation with these people. Talk to them. Go buy some food. Eat the food. You know what I'm saying? Just put yourself in the space and come back home, and can't nobody tell you shit about Africa, whatever country you went to. Tanzania. Exactly. It's a guy I know from Tanzania. His name is Gwai, Gwaii. I actually have a collaboration with him. I don't like the sound quality of the song, but he met him in Detroit because he had a baby mom that lives in Detroit, and he back and forth from Tanzania to Detroit to California, LA, and that was my only connection. And just sitting talking with him, he did a whole documentary on the epidemic over there, the malaria epidemic. You know what I'm saying? He took one of the tracks that we did and put it in the documentary sound score or whatever. And I just learned a lot from him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, instead of hating, appreciate and respect they move. Because what you say is 1 billion people over there. I'm trying to get my music heard over in Africa. And I do have some African fans. I just ain't been over there yet.
You know, it's the new market, man. Like, I think, I'm not saying, like, people don't have room to grow in the United States. But definitely, man, the most potential that somebody, you know, has, man, you know, I was over there seeing it for myself, you know. Even the Nigerian, I think Davido or Olamide came to Uganda, and they were selling like the VIP spots for like, I don't know, like $500. And then you know, a country like Uganda, which is like probably one of the poorest countries in the world, man, it was sold out. You know,
because they appreciate their artists over there.
Yeah, this
they
is
show
true.
you love. You get a lot of love in Africa, man. I want to go. You know, I know they don't know who I am now, but if I can hit a stage in Africa, man, shit, I think that'll boost my career all the way up, because I just performed in front of 100,000 black people who understand what I'm saying and bobbing their head to my beat, to my song on stage. I would get that love. Africa show people love, bro. You know, so I know
this is true.
There's some shady people all over the world, but from where I am and the African people I've met, bro, they support their artists. They support where you got to own a business, whatever you're trying to do. They support success because they've been oppressed so long. They love to see somebody look like them doing something major. And if they themselves can't do it, they'll buy into your product. They'll buy your product or support your business or buy your song or watch your movie. See how Black Panther made $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Black Panther, the movie, made $1 billion because of Africa, not because of the United States.
Yeah, there were a lot of people going, man.
Yeah. And whether people like the movie or hate the movie, the people in Africa like to see people look like them doing something, and they're going to support it. Period. It's just that simple. Forget the semantics and all of the, the opinions about it. Whatever we got to say as our opinion, the people in Africa like to see people that look like them doing something because they've been seeing the white man fuck them over for all these centuries. So
that's real.
That's the reason. It's not even it doesn't require too much research. It's just that simple. Black African people like to see people that look like them doing something major. So do something major and let them see you doing it, and they will support you.
No, I definitely agree, man. And it's actually, I was telling my girl, if I can get up out of here, if they had the fast internet and stuff like that, man, so I can continue to do what I'm doing, because I have some time that I could take off school and do, study for my boards, I would definitely do it there, man, because the potential is so great there. The weather's so great. The people are so friendly and stuff like that. So, but, we'll still see. I know Google Fiber is coming there and stuff like that. So, I guess, man, I wanted to know, for anything else, man, is there anything else you wanted to say, where people can find you at? I'll definitely put it in the podcast.
Oh, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm just kind of starting, I guess you want to call it, trying to build it up. And I'm not really trying to build it up to make money or anything. If I end up making monetization, whatever, it's not that serious to me. My YouTube channel is just for me to say what I feel like saying, talk about the current events that's happening, and put my music out. That's it. And I have full control over it. I'm not signed to no label where I got to wait on them, they permission. I could just at will put this shit out. And other than that, follow me on, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm not on Facebook no more. My Facebook page gone and I ain't coming back. But I still have to be on the internet in some capacity. So YouTube is where I'm going to be. And shout out to Black Spot TV. That's a black-owned channel. It's not similar to YouTube, but he's kind of doing his own thing, owned by black, and he's just starting out building his same thing. Upload your videos, get your followers, your subscribers up, and you can make money just like you do on YouTube if you get enough followers. And you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, bro. Thought Crimes put me on to a lot of people. I fucks with Thought Crimes. That's my people. Check out Thought Crimes, and if you don't see me on my channel, you definitely gonna see me on Thought Crimes. And I'm gonna come out there and I'll let you when I can too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So again, man, it was definitely gotta do it again. Sorry for the long wait, man, but we finally knocked it out. And as you know, this is supposed to be my vacation week, so I don't have class this week. But it looks like tonight, even after this, I had a show today. I did 2 videos on YouTube. We just uploaded the 3rd vlog that was there. Then I got to post my comic on my Patreon. And then I got to post a Patreon video for today. And then I got a podcast tonight. So I've been working all damn day. But, man, it was
working,
great.
Man. Get that money.
Yeah, man. The thing is, when you do get that money, man, all they do is take it back from you with these damn taxes and shit. But that's right there, because they find a way to take it back.
Yeah.
And
money any dollar I make, I put it back into the music. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. So, man, I definitely appreciate you coming in, man. We'll have this up and edited for you within the next few weeks, and post it on my channels, man. So, man, thanks again. Keep up the good work, brother. I definitely know that we're gonna hear from you again.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I appreciate that love as always. I rock with you. I've been rocking with you from day one. Which channel is gonna be on the Blog Talk or the other channel?
It's gonna be on the main one, the one that has the 48,000 subscribers.
Okay, all right. I appreciate you, big dog. Most definitely. Keep doing your thing. I see you moving. I'm definitely watching you move. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad about nothing. Do your thing, bro.
All right, man. So again, man, thanks for coming on, bro. And again, like I said, I played your music. in my videos and stuff like that, on my vlog when I'm traveling, and people tend to really love it, man. So again, man, keep up the good work, and don't let nobody stop you, player.
Yes, sir. And I'm about to get back with my woman here. She's looking at you with the side.
Yeah, you gotta do that. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, bro.
Peace.